Hey YouTube, I just felt like doing a freaking video. I come on here from time to time because I feel like it and it's my joy and I like it and everything. And I realize I may never be like a real YouTuber where I get paid and shit like that, but I do this because I like it and it's a hobby of mine. You know, everybody have a hobby. Some people like to knit, some people like to sew, some people like to make jewelry, some people like to do hair for their hobby. Some people like to sing and dance, and my hobby is I love to motherfucking talk. And so I get on here and I fucking talk because it's my channel, it's my baby, you know. I don't have any kids in real life, so my channel is my baby. It's my fucking creation. And that's why I like it and love it so much. But I just want to get on here and I just want to like pour my freaking heart out and everything. Not to like come on here and have like some fucking sob story or cry and make people feel sorry for me. But I just want to like pour my fucking heart out because it's good to get shit out. You know how they tell fat people it's better out than in, you know. So I feel like that with information, it's better out than in, you know. It's better to get shit out than to hold it in. And the reason why I said fat people, because you know, like if you have to fart or something like that, they tell you not to hold it because it's better out than in, whatever. But anyway, I know that probably sounds gross or whatever, but anyway. But anyway, they got this trend going on. Is it embarrassing to have a boyfriend? Let me turn my TV down. For some reason, it seems like it's loud to me, and it's on 15. Okay, I'm turning into my mother. Like, my TV is not up loud because I can go to people's houses and they TV be on 30, 40, 50, and it be so loud. But then again, people that I visit, they had kids. I don't. And my TV was just on 15 and it just seemed so loud to me. And plus, I'm doing a YouTube video and I don't want any interference from the television and stuff like that because YouTube don't want no interaction, like they don't want any background music, you know, because people can get your channel, you know, marked or whatever, and your shit get cut off, or you get, you know, shit down, and you be in YouTube jail for a fucking week. And I was in YouTube jail probably like 2 months ago over some Charlie Kirk shit. But that was an opinion of mine. And they shut my motherfucking channel down for a whole fucking week because my opinion. But this supposed to be America where you supposed to be able to say what you want to fucking say and how you motherfucking feel. Now, they probably shut it down because I did put a picture of him getting shot in the neck and it said fuck around fine. I think that's why they shut it down for a week. But anyway, the people that follow me, you know I ramble before I get to my motherfucking point. And I just rambled for motherfucking 3 minutes and I haven't even got to the fucking point of this motherfucking video yet. Let me take a sip of my wine. And even out through the video, I might get me a cigarette because that's how I am. That's why I good. This is the weekend I have off and everything. So this is my fucking weekend off. And so I just want to spend my weekend online talking and telling shit how I feel and everything. Anyway, they got this trend online and it's a saying called it's having a boyfriend an embarrassment. And I would like to say the older me would say having a boyfriend is an embarrassment because the older you get, they teach you when you're young. They teach you when you're a child that you supposed to meet this guy and you supposed to lock eyes and you supposed to live happily ever after. Well, that never came for me. I am 46 years old. And I haven't met Prince Charming. Now, when I say Prince Charming, I don't want nobody to think, oh, she really think it's a guy in a white suit and a horse and he gonna ride off in the sunset. Now, I'm just using that as a fucking metaphor. But everybody pretty much grew up the same way and they put these dumb ideas in your head and they told you, you know, you're supposed to grow up and get married. 18, you're supposed to go to college, you're supposed to have a career. Everybody can't have a career. Everybody not book smart. You know, if everybody had a career and everybody was rich, who gonna be the servant? Somebody gotta be a servant, you know, somebody gotta serve somebody, you know. Not everybody can be rich and famous and powerful and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that's why I don't have a man, anything like that. But these stupid little shit that they preach to you as a child and they put in your head that you're supposed to be at this point in your life. You're supposed to be at that point at your point in your life. Even now, I'm 46 years old. A lot of people my age, they are divorced or either they still married or either they have grandkids. Now, when I was coming up, it was when you gonna get married, when you gonna have kids, when you gonna have kids. Now people look at you shocked. Oh, you don't have any grandkids? Oh, you don't know, babies. Well, if I don't have any kids, therefore I don't have any grandkids either. Like, make it make sense. But is having a boyfriend an embarrassment? In a way it is. Because when I was younger, I fell into the bullshit like, oh, I gotta have a man, I gotta have a man. And not that I was looking, I was always ladylike, even in my younger years. I'm still young because I still look fabulous. But even in my younger years, I was never the type that run out and look for a man. But when found me, I was more of I won't say a yes woman, like where I bow down and be like, listen to everything you say. But, I was open to the point of, finding love and meeting love, and that never happened. Some people would say, I'm unlucky in love. Some people would say I didn't meet the right person, but I would like to say that I met a lot of assholes, and I don't want to get up in here and say, I don't want to say all men are shit because I don't know every man in the world, and I haven't been with every man in the world, and don't want to be with every man in the world. That's why it's so fucking good. But yeah, I haven't been with every man in the world. So I would just like to say, lucky in love. Um, Men, they will embarrass you. And what I mean by they will embarrass you, because they have a certain standard for women and they have a certain standard for men. And the standard for men, you know, they preach to men that they have to be macho, and the stereotype they give women and men, it don't align to me. They teach men they gotta be macho, strong, and they can't show weakness and they can't show that they in love or like a female or want to be in love. And then they tell women they gotta be in love and show weakness and vulnerability. And the two really don't collide with each other, because if one sex is trying to, be in love and the other sex not trying to be in love, the two would never come together and meet and it would never make any sense, especially in the black community. It just seems like it's really a mix up in the black community. It seems like the whites, the Mexicans, the Indians, and the Chinese people, they got it. Like you see most of them married. You hardly ever see black people getting married. You hardly ever hear black people getting married. You might hear them joking about it, but they really never get married. I am 46 years old and I only been to 3 weddings in my life. That's my cousin wedding when he got married, I think in '02 when he got married, and then I went to a wedding twice as a child. My mama friend girl got married, and then one of my step uncles, they got married. So I only witnessed 3 weddings in my lifetime, but I done been to a shitload of fucking funerals. I done been to more funerals than weddings. You hardly ever hear about the black woman getting married. It just seems like it just don't happen. So black men are told and to raised to not like us, not love us. They can't show any vulnerability. If they do, if a man show a woman he love her, he's a simp. I hate that word simp. Like, That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to meet each other, get together, and fall in love. But if a person show a weakness that they like somebody, you're a simp, which is so fucking retarded to me. To call somebody a simp for simply wanting to be in love. Um, my cousin, she thrown off. She called me a simp one time because I was involved with a guy, and because I showed him that I liked him, she told me I was a simp, and I thought she was retarded for that. But I'm not gonna make this video about her. But yeah, she thrown off for telling me I was a simp. But anyway, so it seemed like the world is finally like opening their eyes and coming to like a common sense, and they see that love is not all what it's cracked up to be. It is hard meeting that special someone. It is hard meeting the right person because like men have like a certain idea of what they think love is, or can't show love, show affection, show emotions. And then as a woman, you don't want to be around something like that. You don't want to be laying with somebody that acting like you the enemy, or laying with someone and they acting like you the one that's out, dealing with others or sleeping with others, treating you like you some whore or some tramp like that. You don't want to be with nobody that's, it feel like you butting heads or he treating you like you the motherfucking enemy. I know I don't want to be with nobody like that. So I just seen an article today on YouTube, and it was saying something about is having a boyfriend an embarrassment. It is. And then, like, when you're dating somebody, you can't post them right then and there because you got to find out if he really single. And these black men, they be playing in your motherfucking face. You don't know if they really, really single, or if they got somebody in their corner that they dating, or if they got some psycho, silly ex-girlfriend that they done broke up with, but she haven't broke up with him. Like, you got to deal with all kind of bullshit. And then with these men, a lot of these black men, they have like multiple baby mamas. So when you dating a guy, you got to deal with multiple baby mamas. The last guy that I was dating, he was in his 50s. I'm in my 40s, and he had a 9-year-old. Like, and you got to deal with baby mamas. And you would think the older you get, you don't have to deal with baby mamas because their kids should be fucking grown. But some of these men, they don't never fucking grow up. So it's just so much. It's like hard, really, really hard to like really to have love and to have somebody in your corner to love. Another thing, when you're dating, you got to keep it a hush. You can't tell everybody because you don't know what this man gonna go out and do. You don't know if you're gonna find out he married. You don't know if he gonna ghost you for no motherfucking reason. You don't know if he dating others and dating you. You just don't motherfucking know. And then like if you a person like me, a lot of people are jealous of me and have like an issue with me. A lot of people, if they used to you being single, if you dating somebody, they can't wrap their mind around the fact that you got somebody. People will go behind your back and will try to like sleep with your man or whisper in their ear some bullshit. It's just a lot of things when it comes to dating. Like, is having a boyfriend an embarrassment? Yes, it is, because you gotta be on the hush. And now when you dating somebody, you can't be on the hush because you two sleeping with other people. Back in the day, they had a song called Secret Lovers, and that song was about two people cheating. But now you gotta keep a relationship on a secret because you don't know what somebody else might come in the picture and do. When you're dating somebody, you have men coming at you that never ever tried to talk to you, but because you dating somebody, now they want to try to talk to you, trying to fuck shit up, and vice versa with a man. This man could have been single for years or for months or whatever, because I don't think men go years being single. They find somebody to hump on, and then then other bitches try him because they jealous of you or they want to see what you got or try to fuck things up. So that video that I saw earlier, is having a boyfriend embarrassment? Yes, it is. It's an embarrassment. You really got to keep things on the hush. You can't tell nobody what you got going on. And that saying they used to us have back in the day, you can't let the left hand know what the right hand doing. That's true. And that goes for relationship. Now that saying you can't let the left hand know what the right hand doing, many people we use that term when it came to ideas and success, but you got to use that with relationships. You can't let nobody know who the fuck you dating until he actually put a ring on it and you actually going down that damn motherfucking aisle. And you really can't take no man around your family members because they could be hating too, like that. So black love is really, 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 truly hard to find and to come across. And you don't see a lot of black people getting jealous because, face it, a lot of black people are jealous of each other. They don't want to see nobody happy. They don't want to see nobody thriving. They scared that you might get something that they don't have, or they just don't want to see you motherfucking happy. I used to date this guy on the job, and everybody and their mama wanted to damn date him because I was dating him. And this guy's on my job now that want to date me, but I don't want to date them because not that they ugly or anything. I know how it is when you dating somebody, then you'll find out he dating this one and that one. And then it's this one particular guy on my job. Uh, he kind of obsessed with me, and he feeling me and I'm not feeling him. And it's this guy, like, and I'm afraid to date him because I know people gonna hate, throw shade, and put salt in the game. So I just don't have time for that. So that saying, is it embarrassing having a boyfriend? It is. It's a headache. You really, 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 really gotta goddamn be on the super, super hush when you're a black and when you're dating. Even though that news article, it came from a Vogue magazine that wasn't even in America or whatever. Is it embarrassing having a boyfriend? It came from somewhere else. But you really just have to keep things on the hush. Let me see if I can pause this just for a second.
And being called a hypocrite because she's saying real romance is coming back and they need to step it up now, while also spreading the fact that having a boyfriend is now embarrassing according to Vogue. First of all, yes, the comments are overreacting. I think the post is clearly just saying, hey, we want to be treated right. So second of all, I do think the girl's intentions, they were probably with good hearts, but also spreading it in that light with that clickbait article title, it is only engaging further within the echo chamber. The reason why we are in such a divided media landscape and there's so much distance between both of the two sides is because people only consume what they want to hear, what they can agree with. And I think it's even worse now with short form media because we can rapidly consume it without digesting the full context of what is going on. It's kind of like how Entertain indoctrinated a whole army of young men because he just permeated the internet with his clips. But then this also happens with the fuck all men type of content where they're telling young women that they should never be settling for any type of broke man when broke in their eyes is making less than 200K a year. I saw a fucking video questioning whether or not you should pay for your boyfriend's meal on their birthday. And there was actual discourse in the comments. Okay. I'll say it outright. I'm not a fan of any of the fucking TikTokers out there that are telling you how to reach your full potential, but all of which they're saying is very radicalized thoughts. And the way these algorithms are built, we are shown things that we watch one time, right? So you watch one of these videos and you get spammed with a bunch of videos under this same type of agenda, and that's what you get consumed within it. It's like if I only hung around old heads, stupid old heads who think MJ's the GOAT, and I only hear what they're saying. I'm like, oh, MJ guy's really great. And I never realized that LeBron James is the real GOAT. DLDR, stop platforming radicalist content creators. It is no good for the world.
Okay, his content got dumb at the end when he was talking about Michael Jackson, but it's a lot of little videos. It's having a boyfriend embarrassment, and we waking up as women, all women. But I can only speak, for black women like myself, the shit that we got to go through.
Aight, so boom, is having a boyfriend embarrassing now? Vogue recently posted an article asking this. It talked about how a lot more women are embarrassed to post the men they date online. It's not saying that all men are bad, evil, or disgusting, but women don't want to see their worth as tied to the man. Back then, having a man was almost viewed as the ultimate accomplishment for a woman. This was because they had to rely on men more. If the man has status and could provide, it would give the woman value. In today's day and age, she can do all that herself and find value elsewhere. She can make just as much money as a man, build her status through the internet where beauty reigns, be free to travel and meet whoever she wants. It's a new age where she has more optionality. It's embarrassing to them to have a boyfriend now because it takes away from all of this. Many times when they post their boyfriends, they lose followers, get less likes. The world doesn't want to give them as much attention. They get embarrassed and they feel less valuable. I don't blame them though. This is only natural in the age of technology and the internet. Not only do women have more opportunity, but the quality of men in comparison has gone down. There are a lot more simps and weak men due to adult content and loneliness. These are the types of men that women will date to get benefits from, but don't want people to know they're with. There's also toxic men with money and status and without money and status that they want to avoid now by staying single. In 2025, independence is a luxury they're happy to have and want to keep. To me, though, there's just so few truly high-quality men. Men who have good values, are responsible, have lots of self-respect, and pursue purpose. Men who women are genuinely attracted to and will want to show off, and have people know they're with. Even if they end up losing some social approval. Men that they wouldn't trade for anyone else. But with the lack of these types of men and with so many low quality men, for the most part, it feels better for them to remain single. And instead of getting upset at women for feeling embarrassed by their boyfriends, learn to become a high quality man. A man with such strong character and purpose that she will be a fool to not show off. That she will want everyone and their mothers to know they're with. Watch my YouTube for more.
And I'm afraid to post anybody I'm dating. A while back, I posted a guy that I was dating and everything. And so many women was acting like they had been with the guy. And the guy, like, lived real close to me. Like, I could see his apartment, he could see mine. And I had never seen no woman go to his motherfucking house. He could have been, talking to other women. And he could have been going to their houses or whatever. But in my eyes, he appeared to be single. But all of a sudden, when I started dating him, all these women that was coming up, talking about they dating him too, and I heard women, coming to him and his, cause we were following each other on Facebook, and they was like, "Don't date her," etc., etc. And people can put like toxicity in your ear and put it in your brain and feed your brain bullshit, and they get the person to thinking, "Is this the person for me?" So like, you gotta keep people a secret, and you can't tell people what you got going on in your personal life. Um, in one of the video posts, somebody was saying, "Can you buy your boyfriend something on his birthday?" Now, a man do supposed to be a provider, but if it's his birthday, there's nothing wrong buying a man a birthday cake or a gift on his birthday. Like all this bullshit that you can't buy a man nothing, that's weird. Now, on my birthday, it was a guy on my job. He bought me some food for my birthday. He bought me a birthday dinner. I thought that was so sweet. And then, like months later, he asked me would I buy him something to eat. And I told him, yeah. I bought a man something to eat. He started crying. He said, because women don't buy him shit. He started crying. I was like, well, you looked out for me on my birthday. It wasn't nothing, me looking out for him. Now, I don't take care of no man, but I didn't find anything wrong with that particular thing. And people always be in your business. I don't date him. I know he like me, but I don't date him because people always be in your business. And that's the worst place to date is at work.